Okay. Yeah, so we're doing this year. Because I've never done it. I remember seeing people do it. But I've never done it myself. I did get in to make sure it worked, but, you know, don't really know the map or anything like that. Happy tomorrow's Christmas Eve! Or Christmas Eve's Eve, if you want. Hey, just shut up. Shut up. Where's my hands? There's my hands. Stop. Quiet. Shh. Is that a... Oh, it's a gun. Now, I don't know if I'm just forgetting or what, but I could swear this game had a throw button. And when I was checking to make sure it worked, I couldn't find it. But whatever. So yeah, just usual Viscera cleanup stuff. Except this time it's almost Christmas. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. And it kind of goes along with what Lazy Game Reviews says about Christmas games. Like, there's like 4 premises for Christmas. What was that? Ghost Elf. There's like 4 premises for Christmas games. You have like Santa's incompetent, and you have to be the one to save Christmas. You have elves are on strike. You got evil elves. And then there's Christmas, but it's violent. I think that was... Hang on. I wrote it down, make sure I remember the 4. Oh, not evil elves, just evil Christmas in general. So Santa's incompetent, elves are on strike, Christmas but evil, and excessive violence. So this be category 4 there. Christmas but violent. Because, you know, no one can resist the pun, violent night. It's like right there. Sorry, waxy big fist. Although, what am I apologizing for? I'm not Santa. It's itchy Fritz Pazzle. Who is that? Is that Santa? That can't be Santa. I want to throw all the presents in the fire, but I don't think they count as something I have to throw away. I should get a bucket. I want to wear this. Am I already wearing it? I don't know. I can't see myself. It's like the job interview. It's like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? It's like, I don't know. I can't see myself now. That's not how eyes work. Yeah, I'm just gonna... This is on the floor. I'm just gonna throw it in the fire. Yeah, I should get a bucket for all the knives. A knife bucket. Where's the box machine? There's gotta be one. Ow. Okay. Get out of the way. Nope. Snarky tickles. No bucket. Great. Yeah, I have an inkling that this might be based on an older version of Viscera Cleanup Detail, because this is its own, like, standalone thing. I forget if you have to own Viscera Cleanup Detail to play this. But this is its own thing. It's kind of standalone. So it very well could be based on... Oh, it's right there. Wait. No, that's the box machine. It's over here. And then... Oh, am I supposed to be putting weapons in there? Well, too bad. I already cast one into the fire. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is based on a version of Viscera cleanup detail that didn't have the throw button. But what do I know button? Oop, don't stab the box. Well, don't do that either. No, get in the... There. Thank you. Turn it so it goes in this time. So the other day, I ran into a... I keep wanting to call it odd, but I guess it's not really that weird. I'm trying to rotate the knife. I'm pressing the wrong button. And now I can't pick it up anymore. I can only wave at it. Hi, knife. Oh, there we go. I was pressing the wrong button. Again. Okay, I think I need a little more explaining. I mean, maybe not, but I feel obligated to. I swear in this past like month or two, the amount of people I'm subscribed to on YouTube has doubled, just from the amount of like. I don't know. I think I've just been taking more chances on. No, don't spin it that way. There's more chances on video recommendations. You know, the little when you're watching a video and then off to the side it's like, hey, also watch these. I think I've just been taking more chances on those lately. But man, I've subscribed to like so many people these past few weeks, and it's kind of crazy. Like one I subscribed to not too long ago, like maybe a couple of weeks ago. Although I say that, and then it turns out it's like, what? I started watching him 4 weeks ago. How is that? What? Because you know, time. Uh-oh. Oh, there's dynamite. I don't think I want to throw that. I don't want to throw that in the fire. That's gonna explode. I'll clean up the trash, but I won't clean up the dangerous things. It's like, okay, so J Laser Video. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's like a YouTube inventor guy who honestly kind of impresses me, because I've seen several like YouTube inventor guys before. I swear he's like the first guy I've seen who I would call successful at it. I mean, thinking back on it, it's like, well, are the other YouTube inventors I watch really setting out to do the same things as him? So maybe not. Maybe, you know, success measured in different metrics. But he's like the only one I've seen who's tried to make like Spider-Man web slingers that actually, they don't shoot webs, but they approximate the ability really closely. Or like the ability to stick to walls. It's like he's done some. There are some times where it's a little bit of a stretch what he's actually doing. Like there was one where he made a grab the leg, grabbed it, a Venom symbiote suit that like actually, you know, clings onto him like Venom, but it was not really like a symbiote suit. You know, it was ferrofluid, and it's not really. It's not a symbiote, and it's not something you can take on and off. He really only got one take at it. Really only got to do it once, and then it was like permanently sucked to the special Spider-Man suit he made for the Venom suit transformation thing. But it was pretty cool. So even if he doesn't get like 100% accuracy, like it's still pretty cool. Yeah, I should have just started with the thing I wanted to talk about first, instead of being like, well, actually I need some explaining, because this isn't really helping. Oh, I didn't know you could knock this down. Well, how about I do this too? Sleep now in the fire. Anyway, I'll get to my point now. some other people I started watching recently was Ryan Trahan, and he does this charity challenge called the Penny Challenge, where he starts off with a penny, and he has to. I think the goal is always to, well, not always, because there was a time he had like he speed ran the challenge to try to turn it into like as much money as he could in 24 hours, something like that. But what was that noise? Hello? It's elf ghosts again, I swear. They're after me. Yeah, so penny challenge. He takes a penny and usually turns that into a... somehow makes his way around... I want to say around the world. That's not fully accurate. Like the one I watched yesterday was... Oh, I already finished off over there. The one I watched yesterday was... where he took 30 days to go across America to deliver Mr. Beast a penny. So basically, just he takes a penny and he tries to make money with the profits of the penny and turn it into like bus tickets, plane tickets, stuff like that. Well, train tickets sometimes too. And it's all to raise money for charity, which is pretty neat. Now, the thing I was going to say before was like, well, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's not really that weird. Because I saw someone, I saw a video saying that his challenge was faked. Which, first of all, is like, okay, but which one? Because he's done the penny challenge multiple times. And for two, I'm going to get a bucket. For two, they didn't even have any proof. Basically just baseless accusation, oh, Ryan Trahan faked his penny challenge. You know, I don't know that I would have even watched that video before. If it wasn't like, okay, well, you know, tired of YouTubers getting into controversies with things. It's like, why don't I just watch this and see what the accusations are, and see if I still want to watch Ryan Trahan after it. And it's like, yes, very much, because there was no proof. It was a baseless accusation claiming that his charity event was faked. And basically the accusations were like, in one video Ryan had apparently said like that he was it crossed his mind to fake it to make an entertaining video. Which is like, in that case, you know, the penny is not meant to become the charity. The penny is the entertainment. And then people donate while he's doing the thing. And they can also donate to reset him back to a penny. So whatever he makes off of the penny can... I was going to say go away, but he did say in one of his videos that when someone resets him, the money he has gets donated, and then he just goes back to a penny. It's like, there have been multiple times where he had like $80, $100, and he got reset. Which is funny, because it's like, it's like $50,000 to reset him. And then, so it's basically $50,000 plus whatever Ryan Trahan has on him at the time of the reset. So it's a bit more of a donation than it originally says on the tin, which I think is a little amusing. Maybe not that funny. It's not that crazy. Is this a lung? I don't care. So like, yeah, I think if it were fake, who cares, right? Like it's still entertaining. And he still raised a ton of money for charity. But then the further accusations from this one person I watched was that, oh, well, he monetizes his videos, so that means he's making money off of the entertainment. So if it's fake, he's making money off of making his own money off of charity. It's like, Well, you don't... I mean, if the money that he has on him when he gets reset gets donated, doesn't it stand to reason that in my possession video footage recorded in infrared view along the... whatever. I'm gonna have to clean that up, but, no, I'm not... Don't get in there. Fine, I'll... Why is it so hard to put paper in the bin? It's like when people litter. It's like, apparently it is. Apparently it is just extremely difficult to put things in the proper receptacle. I had no idea. I'm sorry I ever got mad at people for littering. That is a joke, in case you didn't catch that. Don't litter. Don't litter. But yeah, doesn't it stand to reason that if he's monetizing the videos for charity, that don't you think? Wait, that's a Molotov cocktail. That's gonna explode if it goes in the fire, isn't it? Doesn't it stand to reason that when you monetize your charity videos, that the money from those videos also goes towards charity? Isn't that why YouTube has that little green fundraiser button down, or you know, the icon on the video? The little, like when you're viewing it. I'm sure you know what I mean. The little thing that says fundraiser on the video. It's like I have no idea where this guy's coming from, claiming that this challenge is fake. And he even said himself, like, oh, I didn't watch all the videos. It's like, okay, but then what makes you think it's fake if you didn't even watch the whole thing? Where do you get off accusing this guy of faking a challenge that you didn't even see 100% of? Get in the bin! It just made me mad, like how smug the guy's energy was the whole time, accusing someone of faking their charity videos. He's like, oh, well, in my household, we were taught not to lie, and that bad was bad and good is good. It's like, okay, well, good for you. But you do realize right now you're not doing either of those things. You're being... like, it's not really bad. I mean, it's not like that guy had much... Honestly, it's not like the accuser had much reach. He had like 200 subscribers. Versus Ryan Trahan's like 60,000 right now. You know, not that subscriber count really matters, but again, in terms of reach, in terms of how much damage this false accusation probably did, probably not. You know, I would think with pretty basic critical thinking skills, you can pretty easily realize, like, hey, this guy's kind of talking out of his butt. He doesn't have any proof. Just, you know, basically what ifs. Like, another thing he says, like, oh, well, we don't know what Ryan Trahan is like off camera. He could be a massive tool. So yeah, well, it could be. I think the same of you, buddy. And, you know, watching Ryan's videos, it's like, you know, I don't believe for a second he is. I don't believe that he is a bad person off screen. Because again, penny challenge is for charity. And he, you know, part of the challenge is like he has to, like pretty much every time he starts the penny challenge, it's like he starts off with a penny and he asks someone if he could buy a pen off of them for the penny. And then he turns the pen into $1, and then the dollar into water, and then he sells the water for $2. Which I suppose that's, you know, like the reselling of water, you know, buying bottled water for $1 and then reselling it for $2. You know, that's ambiguously shady, I suppose. But, you know, he manages to turn the penny into more money by being charismatic and likable and personable. And you can tell anytime, like, he's trying to sell someone and I realized I messed up my words there. Not sell someone, something. He's trying to sell something and people are like, oh, no thanks. He's like, oh yeah, no worries. You know, he's laughing, he's smiling. Taking the rejection on the chin. And while he's out there doing this penny challenge, he's making tons of friends. It's like, you really think that that guy is, you know, oh, he's probably nasty off camera. You know, the guy who makes a ton of friends while doing the penny challenge. It's like, I don't buy it for a second. Am I finished up here? I think possibly. Some misc stuff. Wait, is that more? Oh yeah, there's another body. A body has been discovered. Oh, and here's the kicker about this guy accusing Ryan Trahan of faking his penny challenge, is that he made an apology video, but didn't even say sorry in the apology video, because, you know, you think of apology videos like, oh, I'm sorry, Ryan Trahan, for accusing you of faking your penny challenge. I won't do it again. And then, you know, the joke being the meme with apology videos on YouTube is that someone says, I won't do it again, and then they do it again. No, this guy didn't even apologize for false accusations. If anything, he basically just said, I'm sorry I made this video because it affected me, because now in that video's recommendations, it's all Ryan Trahan videos. It's like, I wonder why that is. I wonder why that the only thing he's sorry for is that the video is basically now promoting Ryan Trahan instead of whatever the opposite of promoting is. I missed another. There's two. There's two of them. But I guess I shouldn't be that mad at this guy. And I'm leaving his name out because A, I don't fully remember it, honestly. I kind of do, but it's like if I said it, I wouldn't be confident that I said the right name. And two, I don't want to name and shame, because I saw some of his other videos pop up on my suggestions, and it's like, it's honestly, it does seem like this guy has some problems. Like, he literally has a video called I Wish I Could Stop Thinking. That you know, I hope that guy gets the help he needs. And I'm gonna throw this in the fire, and I'm gonna try not to die. Okay, we're good. It's one stick gone. Or I could put it in the box. That probably counts, right? Stuff I put in the box gets taken out later. Yeah, I hope that guy gets the help he needs, because it sure does seem like he needs it. I think that's... Sorry if that sounded backhanded. I didn't mean like that. Oh, I guess I gotta throw this stuff out, too. Anyway, how about I go back to talking about YouTubers that I have subscribed to recently. You know, YouTubers I like watching. Come on, there we go. YouTubers I like watching that I have subscribed to recently. Oh, I thought that was a spider. No, it's another dead elf. Well, that's a whole lot less scary than a spider. Yeah, get off of there. It's like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to say her full name. But if you know Sophia on YouTube, Sophia, it's like Nygaard, Nygard. Yes, started watching her recently. because one of her videos popped up on my recommendations. It sounded interesting. It was like staying at every hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. It's like, that sounds interesting. Why don't I give this a watch? And I really enjoyed her content style. It's like, it's the kind of YouTuber where it's like, yes, if I knew this person in real life, we would be friends. Well, assuming they like me back, but you know, let go of the elf legs. They don't make boxes big enough for all this rubble. And so she has videos. Stuff I really liked watching from her was where she takes stuff and, like, one of the ones was she takes every Halloween candy and melted it together into one candy bar. Which sounds like a disaster, but she was methodical about it. Like, you know, not just like, oh, here's all the chocolates and we're gonna melt it together with all the hard candies and all the, you know, gummies and, like, it was, she separated them into categories and then melted those categories together and then basically layered the candy bars. So there was like a thin layer of hard candy and then like nougat and I forget what else. Why did I grab this? I don't think those need thrown away. I'm gonna have so much mopping to do from all the footprints I'm tracking around. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. I love it. I love when you do that. I gotta look if there's a mod for this game that turns that off, because I hate that feature. Stop doing that. It was funny once, and then every other time it's like, stop it. I'm trying to take this game seriously and clean for realsies. And yeah, she does other videos like blending other all things together. Like one of them was blending all the... Good job. Blending all the bath bombs from Lush together into one bath bomb. And it's less the journey I'm interested in. And sorry, I'm saying that backwards. It is the journey I'm interested. It's not the destination I'm interested in. It's the journey. It's just watching the content. It's like even if it turns out like, oh, the bath bomb just smells like a bath bomb. It's like, oh, well, you know, I had fun watching anyway. It was fun watching her and her husband blend all the bath bombs together. Trying to think of another one, but now that I'm sitting here trying to think of YouTubers I've subscribed to recently, it's like, well, I don't know. Who else have I been watching recently? I don't remember. It's apparently one of those things that I say, you know, it feels like the case, but when you ask me to actually elaborate, it's like, I don't know. It just feels like it, okay? You know, even if it's not true, it feels like it. Oh, I remembered another one. Not a recent one, but someone I've definitely subscribed to in the, like, past few months, like maybe October or so, is Let's Game It Out. This guy, he plays games and plays them funny. So I bet you didn't expect that part. Is that he's funny while he does it? No one does that. But yeah, it reminds me of that style of YouTube from like 2015, you know, where people would just get some random game on Steam and just play that for a video. And not necessarily take the game seriously. Just goof around trying to be funny and stuff. And that's what Let's Game It Out is, basically. That era of YouTube encapsulated. It continues to live on through him. I'm trying to think of like a good example of the kind of video he does. Yeah, often he won't focus on like the actual objective of the game, and just often he finds some kind of exploit and he's like, well, let's see how far this exploit goes. It's like, oops, I broke the game because I made a bajillion dollars playing poker in this simulator, and now apparently I just money is meaningless, so I can just do whatever. I bought a horse and I left it in this house, and then I sold the house. Piney stockings. Gonna need another bucket for the elf bits. Oh! Just because I said elf bits didn't mean I wanted you to just to give me elf bits. Is that an eyeball or a chicken wing? I could go for some chicken wings. Yeah, fried chicken is one of those things where if you asked me if I wanted some, I would always say yes. Fried chicken is awesome. I will put this in the box so I don't die. I think that is actually an achievement in this version of Viscera Cleanup Detail, is if... It's like you get an achievement if you kill yourself with explosives. I don't want to do that. I want to avoid... Excuse me. I want to avoid exploding. Get out of the way. Do I have the ladder? I'm just now realizing, like, is the ladder in my inventory? Well, quote-unquote inventory. Is it here? Can I use it? Because, sure would stink to need it, not have it. Better to have it, not need it, you know? As the saying goes. I think another one... trying to remember his exact username. Another person I've subscribed to recently. Not too long ago. I believe they go by Nation Squid. He talks about, like, Windows, like, versions of Windows and things like that. I think oh. I don't know why this caught me by surprise. Some blue angel statue with a sword. I mean, at least they look like a statue. Not the kind of painting I expected to have in Santa's workshop. But, you know, angels, I suppose, fitting for Christmas. Stop doing that! I didn't even clean up all the giblets from last time! I think the video that drew me to Nation Squid the first time was he did a video on, like, I think it was called The Art of something about TV. The Art of Network TV, I think, something like that. You know, talking about what TV used to be like before streaming took over, or now is like all TV really exists for is to be the preview to stuff you could stream the next day or something. Or apparently if you're Lego Masters, you stream 4 days later at 3:01. Don't know why they do that, Hulu. Yeah, this is gonna have to... This will not fit in a bin. This barely fit through the door, apparently. Come on. Friggin' antlers. Oh, I kind of teleported myself a little bit. Brief accidental teleportation. I should really mop up, but, you know, I'm just going to end up making another mess and more footprints, and it's just... It's not going to be worth it. Better to save it for the end. I'm still not sure if I'm supposed to be cleaning up the weapons. I think I can leave them. That seems like an acceptable thing. It's not my job to dispose of the murder weapon. Although, you know, it feels... If I'm Viscera cleanup detail, basically crime scene cleaner, wouldn't part of cleaning up the crime scene involve getting rid of the murder weapon? I mean, I guess turning the murder weapon into the police, technically, is what should be done, because it's evidence. But, you know, if the crime scene cleaner is already here, that means the police are gone, they've done their part, so I'm free to get rid of whatever's left. Probably. Can't believe Santa's not here right now. I mean, like, where did he go? It's not Christmas yet. It's tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So it's like, what is he out doing? Snowy Stuffles. I guess if he went on a rampage, I guess that means Christmas is canceled. That's probably what that entails. Just making sure there's nothing on the table I gotta clean up. I made footprints over there for nothing, basically. Reindeer giblets, More explosives. This I will get rid of because it's on the floor. And I'm gonna need a mop. I'm gonna have to mop in here. Excuse me, and I don't want anything on the floor while I'm mopping. You know, you need the stuff out of the way to be able to mop. That's kind of how that works. Oh, I should not have dropped that while I was moving, because it carried the momentum. It's like the only way I can figure out how to throw anything is to do it like this. But even then, you can see how accurate that is. Oh, at least Santa had the decency to... At least Santa had the decency to put this guy in a bucket for me. Bucket very unhappy with being the container for elf viscera. Drop it. Oh, casing. Oh, I did get it. I didn't think I grabbed it. It didn't look like I grabbed it, but then I did. Boop. What? Get in there. That's this bucket full. And stop smacking it on the stairs as I walk up. Get a new bucket. Thank you. Or I guess technically it's a bin, because it's square. I think that's how that works. I heard you. I could use a flashlight. That would be helpful. Whiny whimper. Let me move the bucket closer so I can put the stuff in. So recently I've been replaying Cyberpunk, because I don't know if I ever said this on screen. I beat Cyberpunk. And I'm replaying it to see if... Because I realized in my first playthrough that I hit a point where... I mean, I hit a point where I realized, there's how I want to structure that thought. I hit a point where it became clear to me that there's a lot of, it felt like every mission that you would go on would be like, oh, you gotta wait around first. I'll call you when I'm ready. Wimpy wiggle. Which really did not feel good for the pacing. Because, like, I want to do story missions, but every time I do a story mission, it's like, okay, well, you gotta wait around, go do other stuff while you wait for me to call you. Which is annoying. So I've been replaying the game to see if that's really not so much of an issue. And I had actually realized... Bruh. Okay. Okay. It's fine. They're all broken now. Everything's fine. Tripping on the stools. Throwing myself over furniture. Yeah, I realized that, yeah, it's really not that much of a problem because... Like, okay, if you're rushing through the game and you just want to get from the beginning to the end, yeah, it's annoying. But replaying it has made me realize that, oh, I was rushing. That was my problem. Or I was kind of rushing. I mean, like, you know, considering the story of the game, it's like, oh, yeah, I should probably be doing main story stuff so I don't have to worry about that whole I'm gonna die thing. Which I don't think is spoilers to say. You know, you'll learn that in, like, Chapter 2. So the story does... It gives you urgency, but then the story itself is not urgent. You know, the way that... The pacing is not urgent because it's like, okay, well, yeah, I'll go figure some things out and I'll call you when I'm ready to continue the story. And, you know, I know they're doing that for immersion reasons. It's like, literally, they will tell you, like, oh, I've got to figure this out. I'll call you when I have a plan of what we're gonna do. Which is, you know, for immersion's sake, that's pretty cool. But for the sake of, like, I would like to beat this video game I have purchased. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. But the thing I had realized is that sure, the main story is like, hey, you're gonna die, and you gotta figure out what to do about that. You gotta do the things so you don't die. But it's also throwing you into other other main storylines. You know what? You will have your own trip. You will. Sorry, scratching myself. That leg will go on its own. It will not fit in the bucket. Hang on, I need a drink some water. Okay, can I talk clearly now? Thank you, voice. It's like while you're out doing the things to figure out how to not die, you're also being introduced to other characters with their own storylines. And the game expects you that while you're figuring out how to not die, and the game is like, oh, well, I don't know what to do to make sure you don't die. I'll call you when I figure it out. They want you to do the other storylines. So while you're waiting around for Takamura to call you and tell you what the plan is to do with Arasaka thing, then it's like, okay, well, you can go help Judy and figure out where Evelyn went. Which is what I'm doing in my second playthrough right now, at this moment. Even though Takamura has already called me. Is that a thing I can pick up? What was I stuck on? Like, he's already called me, so I can continue the main story if I want to, but right now I feel like, you know, I should be helping Judy. Okay, is that all the scraps I've got to throw into the fire? Can I mop now? I will commence mopping. And I will start in this corner. Which button is the mop? There you are. So yeah, when you look at it from that perspective, the pacing isn't really a problem. Especially because of how out of the way the game goes to be this immersive RPG experience. Am I actively making blood footprints right now? No? Am I done? I can't look down and see my feet, so I can't mop my shoes. That'd be cool, though. For sure, cleanup detail 2. Let me mop my shoes. Is that bucket done already, or did I miss? No, I missed. Another problem I think I had with my first playthrough of Cyberpunk was the missions would be like, okay, well, here's the plan. We're going to go in stealthy. So that I'd kind of just be like, yeah, okay, stealthy. And, you know, for an RPG, if you should just play it how you want to play it. You shouldn't worry about what the game said, you know, what the story is like. Well, we're supposed to be quiet here. Oh, I hope that didn't spill everywhere. It's like you're supposed to be playing how you want to play. So I didn't have a stealth build because I don't really like stealth builds. I like fast and loud. But because, you know, I figured it's in character for V to go along with a plan, you know? It's part of, like, being the coolest merc or whatever the, you know, street, night, city, legend, street guy person. It's like being able to follow a plan. You know, you're given a plan and then you execute the plan 100% the way they tell you to do it. It didn't feel in character to be like, okay, I know you said stealthy, but I'm going to explode some things. And then, even though that's not how you wanted it done, I still got it done. So, you can't get mad. Like, that didn't feel right for me. But, that caused me to just play stealthy basically the entire game. And I didn't get to use... I didn't really get a lot of opportunities to use my stuff that's not stealthy. You know, I didn't really get to have fun with that stuff. So in this second playthrough, I'm also seeing like, okay, I know in some missions they'll be like, hey, what the heck? I told you to be stealthy. But I'm just gonna not, because like they'll yell at me, but you don't lose. So I'm just gonna play the way I want to play and see if I enjoy the game more that way. It's like revelation of a century, right? Play the game how you want to play, and then you have fun? Yeah, it makes the most sense to mop to the fireplace so I don't make more footprints when I'm getting rid of the water buckets. Yeah, okay. I need to get rid of this bucket now. And so far, I'm definitely having fun with the game again. So, I think really my issue with, you know, where I got to that point and was like, I don't know if I like Cyberpunk. It's because I was playing it wrong. So I'm having more fun with it now that I'm playing it the right way. Also, when I was doing my first playthrough, they had updated the game and retooled all the skills, you know, the big 2.0 update. So my save game was one of those save games that was affected by, you know, them retooling skills, and I think they also adjusted gun rarity and stuff like that. They made, like, legendary guns all have unique effects. I don't remember if that meant they, you know, because the guns changed, that they removed them from your inventory, but I'm pretty sure I lost guns in the 2.0 update. So that's something that won't happen this time around, is because I'm starting 2.0, and I'm not gonna lose anything. Which they did recommend, like, you know, when the 2.0 update came out, they were like, yeah, we recommend starting a new save. It's like, well, I'm not done with my current save, so how about I finish that first? And it sure feels like they've increased how much experience you get, so you're leveling up a lot faster. Which I always enjoy in a game like this. You know, it sucks when there's a bajillion a bajillion perk points to work towards, and then it's taking you like eight quests to be able to get a level up. It's one of my problems with Borderlands, is that it feels like you level up really slowly. So it's always a good feeling when it feels like you're leveling up quickly, and you're getting a lot of perk points to spend working towards the really cool stuff you want to get. Like when 2.0 happened, the main thing I wanted was air dash, because that sounded really cool. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite the thing I was hoping for, but it was still pretty neat. And I may end up working towards getting a dash again. Maybe not air dash, but definitely like the full dash. It was definitely helpful in the final boss, I'll say that much. So it feels like the kind of thing I should really have for fights like that, the tougher fights in the game. But with this playthrough, I don't remember what I did in the first one. Oh, I missed some glass. I don't remember what kind of build I had in my first one. I think I mainly did like strength and, well, I think I initially started with like strength and like engineering, I think. Well, basically strength and smart. And this time I've started with high cool, because I wanted to like, I want the perk points that make me harder to hit or take less damage when I'm crouching and using cover. So I started with getting my cool up. Stop doing that. Started with getting my cool up, and then I started working towards strength, so I can get like the shotgun perks they have there. I think it's called die. Yeah, that one, I got that. And since I already put points into cool, I was like, you know, how about I get this, I think it was like focus? Where like I start aiming down the sights, and for like the first 2 seconds, firing the gun does not cost any stamina. Which, by the way, that's a weird mechanic to me. The idea of losing stamina when you fire your gun. Oh, that's probably up. It's probably just weird texture wrapping. I guess the idea they're going for is that, you know, you're wearing out your trigger finger. But that doesn't make sense on fully automatic guns. It's like theoretically with a fully automatic gun you would lose no stamina while firing it, because it takes no effort to pull the trigger. Well, maybe not no effort to pull the trigger itself, but no effort to continue firing. Jeez. If I could say the right words. That. And I think I have the perk that slows time while focus is active, but I'm not noticing it. I think it's only a small slow time, like 20% slower. So maybe that's why I'm not noticing it. Excuse me. Knock it off! Jeez! No, not a second one! Dude! It lit the stash. Oh no. Ah. Merry Christmas. Ah, I gotta throw all this in the fire because it's on the floor now. Oh well. Sleep now in the fire. Were you on a table? I don't know. I think the thing I'm currently building, because now I'm at, like, I got enough strength and enough cool to get the stuff I wanted to start with. So I think right now I'm building up my reflexes so I can get the dash again. And I think before the 2.0 update, they had this level up system where you would get a perk point every level up, but you wouldn't get a attribute point. So you wouldn't be able to increase your stats like strength and intelligence every level up, which is also a weird decision to me. Like, Outer Worlds does that too, I think. Where it's like every other level up you'll get a perk point. It's like, why? Why needlessly slow down your progression? I mean, it kind of makes sense in Outer Worlds because there's not really skill trees. It's just like, here's tier 1 perks. You could get faster stamina regeneration, or more accuracy, or this thing over here, whatever. So, it makes sense there because there's, like, basically everything on offer at all times. So it's less you're working towards something and more you're just getting something. But I think every level up should matter in some way. So I don't fully agree with the idea of just not getting something when you level up. That's weird. Of course. Always a hand. Always a big, shiny, green box. Or are you yellow? It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting. And I'll just sit and watch you burn. Oh, I was just about to move it. Just about to make sure it was in the fire enough so that it would explode. Or not explode. Jeez. Brain, work, please. You were working fine a minute ago. Oh, I stepped into blood. Now I'm making footprint scan. Oh, I see stuff in here fell down. Okay. Can I get rid of the police line? No? Oh, just the broom and the hat? Okay, oh, and I see a shell. Oh, a new body! A new body has been discovered! Were you in a present, or were you hanging on the wall? I'll get a bucket. Bucket. Thank you. That was a pretty good troll with the dispenser giving me TNT. Created a good moment, so it was a good troll. Oh yeah, and I just remembered that the 2.0 update also changed like how cyberware worked. So that's something that's like starting from 0 is a really good thing for this new save. Not that I don't think my save had any cyberware at first. Like before the rework. Because I think I was only able to afford anything after the 2.0 update. All this stuff on the floor. Hang on, let me get the shell that was over here. Oh, there's 2. Dang it. Should have brought the bin with me. Why didn't I do that? Work smarter, not harder. Never heard of that. Press the wrong button. I think I want my first cyberware upgrade to be the arm that lets you shoot poison or something. I think poison was an option. Which is funny, I've already done a point in the game where you're asked to leave your weapons at the door. So I think there's only like one of those. So it's a little late for me to get an upgrade that lets me have basically a permanently equipped weapon. But you know, in case it ever happens again, it would be cool to have that. Plus, it's just neat in general. Okay. Stop doing that! I remember one upgrade I got in my first save was the supercharged jump. Or charge jump, I guess. You know, you hold down the jump button and then you release and you jump real high. That was kind of neat, especially in tandem with the air dash. I still don't feel as mobile as I would have liked to have been, but it was still pretty neat. I think this time I'm going to get the double jump and see how that differs from the charge jump. Like maybe double jump is meant to jump further. Like Spyro using his double jump to glide further. Whereas the charge jump is to get up high. That's what makes the most sense to me. Okay, where's the broom? No, that's not helping. I want to get the broom clean. Maybe I should just sweep all this stuff over. But I should mop a path first. Wow, these rugs are amazing. They're not... They don't have a single blood stain on them. It's all completely moppable. I don't even think you should be able to mop a rug. That's not how that works. But it's working. Ah. Come on. Okay. Time to throw all the boxes in the furnace. The furnace! Merry Christmas to the fire. Oh. I thought it was another body. Nope, it's a toy. I think I should mop more before I continue throwing stuff out. There. Oh, there we go. I'm sure everyone's off playing Lethal Company right now, but I still like Visceral Cleanup Detail. Not that they're the same game, but they remind, you know, Lethal Company reminds me of this game. Oh, you'll fit in the bin. And not really you. You will if I put you in the right spot. Depth perception. Toy gun or real gun? I'm putting you in the bin either way. I'm not putting you in the fire and have your bullets go off and shoot me and kill me. Excuse me. Excuse me, stop burping. Get some thoughts in your head to talk so you don't burp over everything. Yeah, that was a really good season of LEGO Masters. This past one. Tanky 2 feet. It's really fun to watch. Feels like it had more moments where, like, the builders came together to help each other out. And then they had a team playing the villains for the whole season. That was fun. Oh, it's got the orange tip. Doesn't that mean it's a you know, I'm just put it in the bin anyway. Oh, come on. Get in the bin. Thank you. Cane shape makes it easy to insert. Where's my... Did I... Yeah, I got rid of my water. So maybe that's the secret. Just don't react. Don't give the machine what it wants. It wants a reaction. It wants attention. Just ignore it. I remembered another YouTube channel I started watching recently. They're called Explore With Us, which is, you know, basically a true crime channel. I don't normally watch a lot of true crime, but I think their stuff is interesting. Because they have, like, footage of, like, police interrogations. And they explain, like, the interrogation tactics and, you know, how the police figure out that the suspect is lying about something. Pretty interesting to watch. What I find kind of mind-blowing is, like, okay, so they've got this, you know, body language analysis kind of technique. Well, I don't know if it's technique or a school of thought, whatever you would call it. I heard a shell. There you are. Well, there's this theory, basically, that's, what's it called again? Well, basically the theory that, like, if someone says no but is shaking their head yes while they say it, it means that the truth is actually yes. Which, you know, I don't really buy that, because it's like, I wouldn't buy it at first, because, you know, body language is just body language to me. Like, is basically random, the way people move while they talk. So, like, if they say yes, but they're shaking their head no, it's like, well, you know, maybe that's just how they feel right now. It's just, they just feel like shaking their head. But, you know, the first time it happens, it's like, okay, sure, whatever. But there have been multiple videos I've seen where the killer has said, they said one thing, but their body language indicated another thing. It's like, wow, that's like, it's got to be true. Multiple times, the people have, you know, while they're lying, they say one thing and then they shake their head the other way. I don't know where I'm taking this stool. I don't remember how the stools were laid out, so I'm just going to leave them. I'm not throwing them in the fire. They need those for the workshop. It's like, actually, honestly surprises me how much people end up doing that. And it's kind of amazing to see how many killers think they're good liars, and then they don't realize stuff like that happens. They don't think to cover it up, and that's part of how they get caught. Is that they're caught in that lie because of things like body language analysis. It's like, one thing is, you know, you're taught, like, or you learn growing up, like, when you lie, your eyes will give you away or your mouth will give you away. So people will subconsciously, like, cover those to try to help get away with a lie. But then that's the thing you can look for if you think someone might be lying is, you know, check their eyes, check are they covering their mouth. And then something people don't think about, you know, they're never quote unquote taught to think about when lying, is that sometimes your feet can give you away, or you're shifting. They call it anchor point shifting. Which is like, it's not really an indication that you're lying, but, you know, if you're shifting around while you're sitting, you shift around a lot. Is that blood up there? You know, it can indicate that you're anxious or uncomfortable, which can lead to the interrogators inferring that you're lying because of the heightened anxiety and discomfort. Oh, there's another figure. Another plastic figure. In the fire you go. The smell of burning plastic. It's like burning deodorant. Yep, that's blood up there. That's... How do I get that? I don't have the ladder. For a moment, I thought, like, oh, I got it. For a moment, I thought, oh, too bad I'm not playing multiplayer, and then I could have someone lift me up on their shoulders. I'm pretty sure this game does not have that as a mechanic. This isn't Triforce Heroes. You can't form the totem. Ah, footprint. I see you're dirty in there, fireplace. I think I'm making you more dirty. Dude. Oh, yep, there's ash up there. Clean them up. There we go. And then there's also, like, there are people who they'll lie, but, like, they kind of overcorrect for their lying behavior. Where, you know, you might assume, like, oh, if you start to show a lot of emotion while you're lying, it's like, oh, that's how they'll catch your lie. But the opposite is also true if you're not showing enough emotion, if you're too calm in certain situations. That gives away that you're lying as well. But if I'm remembering right, that's something that's also pretty common. Is that people won't react big enough when they're being accused of something, because they think that makes them look less guilty, but it makes them look more guilty, because if, you know, if you're accused of murder and you didn't do it, you would be pretty frustrated with that. So someone who's not, you know, who's trying to stay composed is like, oh, well, if I start to get frustrated, that'll let, you know, that'll give away that I'm lying. So I gotta stay calm. That ends up giving them away as well. Overcorrecting is such a, you know, in general, overcorrection, such a frustrating concept. You know, the idea that you could try to fix something too much and you just end up having the opposite problem you started with, that sucks. Quit it! Three times in a row! Thank you! That sounded like it started raining. I don't think it's raining, though. It's kind of thrilling commentary you get when I'm mopping the floor. Did I mop in here? Yeah, we're good. Oh, I never finished. I didn't clean my broom. There we go. I forget which storefront it was that I loaded up. If it was Epic or the EA, whatever they call theirs. But, you know, I loaded up one of those, and it gives me an ad for like, oh, save on Sims DLC with this holiday sale, holiday deals. It's like, you know, I want to. Not gonna lie, I want to. The winter deals are great. You know, build a bundle, you get a bunch of, well, not a bunch. That's an exaggeration. You know, you get a game pack, an expansion pack, and a stuff pack at a reduced price because you bought them all as their, like, build-a-bundle thing. I love that. But I gotta stop doing that. I've spent too much money on Sims DLC. I spent too much time playing The Sims. I should stop. So this year, I'm gonna try to not spend any money, not spend any Christmas money on Sims DLC. And instead, I will buy ZVOZ, which is the other thing I'm always spending all my money on. But I'm, like, so close to completing, like, Wave 2. I actually don't remember. I know I've completed Wave 1, but I don't know about any other wave. Not off the top of my head. But one of the ones I want to get soon. So I'm going to try to get Omega Guard. Because I almost got Omega Guard last time I bought ZVOZ, but I bought Grimskull instead. And honestly, I'm happy with that decision. I'm glad I got Grimskull instead, but Grimskull and Omega Guard are the two repaints. I guess technically there's 3, but that one also comes with new parts, so it's not really the same thing. And plus, that one's also, interestingly enough, hard to find. You wouldn't think a repaint would be so rare, but I guess the new parts it comes with are so cool that everyone wanted that one. And now they're rare. That, or it's a case where it was just a limited release, and they just didn't release enough. I don't know. I think the other repaints were like either Walmart or Target exclusives. So it's interesting to me that those are not necessarily rare. Yeah, I would to finish the train of thought, I would like to get the 2 repaints that are not rare. And now that I have Grimskull, I think it'd be cool to get Omega Guard next. Let me just double check for handprints in here. I guess I do have the Sniffer. It's a thing I could be using. I'll use that at the end. It feels like the right thing to do. Excuse me. Guess I'll start mopping upstairs now. It's kind of unfortunate that ZVOZ is like, you know, you can really only get it from eBay. And eBay stuff isn't really the kind of thing you can put on a Christmas list. Because, you know, when someone's looking at your list and they see an eBay listing, you know, something that you can only find on eBay on your list, it's like, how do they know they're getting you the right thing, right? So it's difficult. So it's kind of not really a thing to put on your Christmas list, sadly. Cause like I'm all for getting more ZVOZ. It doesn't matter if it's the right thing, as long as I get the right parts, I guess. Oh, I kind of, yeah, I sloshed a little. Oops. Oh, it's the TNT again. You really only hurt yourself, Slosh-O-Matic. Had to double check that that was the right name. Patented Gallagher water dispensing machine. Did I finish that train of thought? It's like if I put, I don't know, let's say Shock Berserker. I put Shock Berserker on my Christmas list. And then you find like a part slot that has some Shock Berserker parts, but not all of them. It's like that's close enough. Especially because I already have a Shock Berserker, so extra parts would be, you know, wouldn't have to be the whole figure. Oh, hello. Another shell, yeah. The shadow made it look a little weird. I thought it was like a finger. And I think one of my next goals for, you know, next thing I look out for when I buy Zevaz again, it's like, I do want to just get the part I'm missing on Predacrawler. I saw one not too long ago last time I looked, but I didn't have any money to spend to actually buy it. I don't remember why I was looking to begin with. I guess just to see if I could find the part, which I did, so that gives me hope that I can find it again. And any other extra Predacrawler parts I get would be pretty cool too. I'm just gonna leave this down here. Because the parts I do have for Predacrawler are kind of loose, so I would like to see if I could get new parts and see if they fit better. It sounds like I'm talking about like pants or something. But yeah, Zevaz get this problem where I guess if they've been played with enough, they start to get loose, and then they don't stand upright when you try to pose them. They fall over. And that's what Predacrawler does. He falls over if I don't pose him just right, which is unfortunate. I would like to see if I can get him new legs so he doesn't fall over. But if I can't, that's fine. You know, I'm just going to put you back on the table. Excuse me. Back on the table. Excuse me, sorry. Scratching my throat. Wait. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I got it. Let me go check back downstairs, where it was possibly clipping through the wall. What the? Where'd you come from? Oh yeah, there's the... If you tap the rotate button, it resets it. That's right. Should have been doing that with the presents. Oh, hello, footprint. Goodbye, footprint. Oh, and I knocked the gun right into the box, too. That was good. Knocked my stoles over again. Freaking Slosh-O-Matic dispensing TNT at me. So playing Blade and Sorcerer again recently, and I forgot I had a mod that adds the hidden blades from Assassin's Creed. It's not even a mod for the hidden blades, it just happens to include them because it's like wrist-mounted tools. And, you know, hidden blades, there's a wrist-mounted tool for you. So it's playing around with that. And they've got multiple versions of the hidden blade. Not just cosmetically, but functionally. Like, they've got Connor's hidden blade that can swivel around. Which I think was how I originally learned that his hidden blade does that. Whoop! Meant to throw it. This stool is in my way. I think that mod is how I learned that hidden blade does that. Footprints. And they also got the hook blade, which is the other... I've been using Connor's blade on one arm and the hook blade on other. The other. I just knocked the stool over. And the hook blade works a little wonky, because I would like it to be, you know, do like in the game, where while I'm climbing, I use it and I jump up and I pull myself up real quickly and I spring up. But sometimes the hook gets stuck, because apparently the end of the hook is sharp enough to stick into wooden things, like you could with, like, a knife, you know, as a feature. Because that's what you'd expect wood to do. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the rest of that there. It's not my problem. I guess I'll continue forward with this bucket of water. It's bulgari. What was I saying? Yeah, the hook blade gets stuck sometimes, so that's a little unfortunate. It doesn't quite work like it does in the game. Also, it's... You know, in the game, you play as Ezio, who's like a master assassin, and he can do the, you know, pull their leg with the hook to knock them over techniques. You can't do that in Blade and Sorcery. The blade's not long enough. Or the hook's not long enough. You can't trip people with it. You can't do the thing where you hook someone and then roll over their back so you can run past them. Now that bucket's done. That or I missed. I think I missed. But it does look red. I'll get a new one. Oh, it actually gave me a bucket this time. Wow, first press. But it's still fun having the hook blade anyway, even if it doesn't work fully like it should. It doesn't work like I was promised it would. You know, promised by Assassin's Creed 2, not by the mod. The mod made no such claims of being able to hook and roll. Yeah. They also got a hidden blade that has a crossbow built in. I don't know which game that's from. It doesn't say. I mean, it probably says on the mod page description, you know, where you download it. I don't look. But it's funny to think that Assassin's Creed 3 got rid of crossbows in favor of, like, a traditional bow. A recurve, I guess you would call it. Or no, wait, no, recurve is a specific... Well, you know what, a compound bow. No, wait, that's also a specific bow. You know, the bendy stick kind of bow. Is that the right words? Is that... Am I no longer offending bow people who actually know what they're talking about? But then apparently, eventually, they bring back the crossbow in the form of a hidden crossbow on your arm. But then Ezio never had that. His was a gun. His was arguably better. Although I think the mod I have comes with different arrow types you can load into the crossbow, so it's kind of Dishonored logic, where sure the gun kills better, but the crossbow... Oh, I don't need to get rid of this water. The crossbow has different arrow types you can shoot on it, which is also included in the mod I have. Even though it's not a wrist-mounted device. Because they just wanted the Dishonored crossbow. That was weird. It sounded like something splashed after I hit the wall and turned my head. Of course. Thank you. Was that what I heard? The mop fell over? I missed the blood that was there. I think I'm good. Last place to clean, really. It's down here. I think I got all the deer giblets, so... should just need mopping. I won't mope about the mopping. I make that joke every time. I swear, just every time I play this game, I make a joke about mopping and moping, and then I ramble way too long about overly sarcastic productions. No, there's a shell. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ramble this time. Not about them. Although I think I did subscribe to them this year, so that's another tick for another checkbox, whatever word you want to use for increasing my increment on the list of YouTubers I've subscribed to this year, being a really large list, apparently. Well, you know, I don't remember if it was this year or just early or late last year. Because I remember last year I was playing Skylanders. The original, you know, Spyro's Adventure. And I was listening to one of their videos while watching, or while playing. So that's probably an indication, you know. Gives me a rough idea of when I started watching them. Oh, look at that. It's giving me an arm again. I'm so surprised. Really is one of those things that should be rare, but it just happens so often that instead of being rare, it ends up being the norm. And getting an actual bucket of water the first time is now the weird thing. That's not how that should be. That should not be the case. And yet, here we are. It's the case. Almost done. Just need to mop up the last of this blood here. Probably. Excuse me. Oh. Oh, I see it. Not that. I need another bucket. Or a bin. I do need another bucket, too. I'll get a bin first. Oh, what a surprise. It's a foot. I completely forgot I said I was going to get a bin first. Try not to make more footprints while I load this reindeer into this bin. It just reminds me of the Jeff Dunham Christmas special. Where one of the puppets said he ate one of the reindeer. He shot and killed it and ate it like it was like he would hunting a deer, but he did it with the reindeer. Because he didn't realize it was Santa's reindeer. You know, I said that to help explain the exact tone of that joke. I don't know if that helped. I don't think that helped paint the picture that is supposed to be painted with that joke. Ah, there's more blood. Is my mop at the point where it's making messes instead of... Yep, there it is. Just one more dunk in the bucket. And then I'll get the sniffer out. Okay. Just walk back and forth, make sure I've done leaving footprints. I think I just stepped in it. I'm making footprints again. I should probably carry the bucket with me, but... Nah. Nope. Oh, hello. Feels silly for missing that. I'm making footprints again. Stop doing that. The blood was on the wall. Let me go dunk in the bucket again. Whoop, tripping over this, I was gonna say stool, which would have been correct if I tripped over a stool, but that was a rocking chair. So it was not correct. It's so hard to see down here. I sure could use a lamp. Oh, those are... Stop doing that. I hope you can't start leaving footprints by stepping on a footprint. I know if you step in the same spot enough with bloody shoes that you form a puddle that will make you leave more footprints, which is funny because mechanically it's basically just making blood out of nowhere. You know, you're tracking the blood all over the place, but then you're leaving more blood, which should not be possible. But because of how the mechanic works, it'll just create blood out of nowhere. Because, oh, you stepped in a puddle that was made by you stepping in a puddle and then walking around too much. And then from that puddle, you can just keep repeating the process of stepping in blood and making footprints. And then making a puddle. There you are. Doesn't seem to be having that strong of a reaction to it, though. Keep forgetting what button it's on. There's more. For a moment, I thought the mop was dry. He's like, whoa. Never had that happen before. Get up on the table. Fine. On the tree? Oop. Nope, that's just the lighting. Oh, it's up there. Are the baubles full of paint? Who does that? Who puts their Christmas baubles full of paint? They're full of paint! What? That is purely for the chaos. That is purely for the exact purpose of accidentally breaking those open and making more of a mess. Okay, let me try getting rid of the bucket. And then cleaning this. Okay, you happy now? Or maybe wait for the bucket to go away. Oh, I see more. It's like, now that I realize that there even are paintballs just sitting around, now I'm finding it everywhere. I swear those are for not just for the trolling, but for this exact scenario as well, where you think you're almost done and then the baubles break open. Is that better not be. Up on the like way up there? I can't even reach up there. But I know this game is physics based. So very much, yeah, it flung, okay. I'm done. Because it flung paint where I can't reach. They didn't give me the ladder this time. I'm gonna get fired for this. Has your janitorial work met the requirements of the company as well as your own high personal standards? Yes. Does that say demoted? Status demoted. Ah. You departed the workshop after doing the barest minimum asked of you. You're almost certain to hear complaints about your inadequate performance. But for the moment, you're concerned about the horror of what you saw. You're more concerned. The holidays will never be the same for you again. Not after seeing countless innocent elf faces you had to clean up. You attempt to block it all out with the strongest liquor you can find while imagining how you would torture Santa. I don't want to do that. Santa probably needs counseling. He snapped. But You know, people can unsnap, right? They did it in Marvel, right? Okay, well, yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you after Christmas. Right, I got an alt tab. I've been doing the start menu for so many games recently to get me out of games, out of full screen. This is like the one game I've played like the past 4 months that has required me to alt tab. Anyway, yeah, see you after Christmas. Bye. Wait, end button first.